Tim said that he was thinking about possibly eating a taco. Beef tacos.
I don't want to think of.
All right. But you have to check. You have to check yourself before you wreck yourself. Check 1, check 2. Check 1, check 2. That was me saying check 1, check 2.
Yay, Macarena.
All right.
Have you done the Macarena, Greg?
I have for sure at a wedding when I've had too much to drink.
Can you turn my voice up in my headset?
Yep.
Is that possible without getting a buzz?
How's that?
I can't hear. I can't hear me. There we go. Oh, a little too much. Down, 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 down. Oh, Greg.
Did he blow your ears out?
No, check it out. Top 10 for sure in the end zone, Greg.
When? Oh, that is definitely, that's a Hall of Famer. That's a Hall of Famer.
Turn yours down in my ear a little bit.
Turn my...
Yes, you're really loud in my ear, and I don't like hearing you very much.
That's good right there. How's that?
That's great.
A little better?
No, that's better.
A little better?
Better. That's good.
Okay.
Okay, 21 is who? 21 is Zion Molino.
Mics are tested. Hopefully we hear them.
Who do we have tonight?
It's Coach.
Oh, Coach. All right, we got that, and then Salceda, Esparza, 16. 16 is Joseph Esparza. And who are my receivers? Esparza and
Espinoza.
81. This must be it from a. That is. Where is he? There he is, Michael Palomino. And then Dominguez.
All right, Coach should be able to hear it. I think we're good. If we gotta do some tests in house, we'll do that. So we'll be live, and let's see. Hang on.
You need me?
No, that's the voice of the Panthers, Tim Dean. I'm Greg Sreedy. We'll be bringing you the game live at 6:50.
Yeah.
There you go.
Welcome, listeners from all across the state of Texas and even sometimes the world. Hello, everybody. I'm Tim Dean along with my partner Greg Ceriti calling tonight's first round playoff action between the hometown Liberty Hill Panthers and the Harlandale Indians out of San Antonio. We are here for the first round of the playoffs, and it wiped the slate clean on the season as it's now 0-0 record going into the playoffs, and it's who has the hot hand. Well, it's surely, Greg, it's not going to be Liberty Hill coming with a hot hand after taking the loss last week to Piper to miss out on the district championship.
Yeah. Tough run there for the Panthers at the end of the season to come up just a little short, not win their district title that they've owned since they've been in 5A. And Harlandale coming in off of back-to-back wins, 47-34 against Jefferson, 48-21 against McCollum last week, and so they're kind of riding high coming in here against the Panthers, looking for the upset.
Harlandale comes in here as what might be considered the underdogs against a more seasoned Liberty Hill team. It definitely in the playoffs, and they have a lot of players that have been in the playoffs, had deep playoff runs, and we're going to find out just what is going to happen here in a few minutes. Liberty Hill is in their home purple uniforms and Harlandale in the white uniforms. Also want to big thanks out to our camera operator, Jack Spina, who's been with us all season long and done an amazing job, Greg, don't you think?
Absolutely. Jack Spina, camera operator for the Panthers here in his first playoff game. So, we've been glad to have him along for the ride, Tim, and it really has been, a great addition to the squad.
Oh, it definitely is. And, we've loved visiting with him all season long. And I know his parents are big fans. Big fans, Greg.
Big fans of him? Yes, I'm sure they are. But, they made him.
That's right, but he talks about them being fans of the broadcast, and you'd be calling here tonight, Greg, and that is definitely a big plus. And
man, it was hard to listen to last week to be away from the
squad
and not be here to watch that game. But you guys did a great job, calling that game. The outcome we would have wanted to have a little bit better, but I tell you what, beautiful night here. Indians versus the Panthers. Playoffs, Friday Night Lights. Tim, can't ask for anything better.
Oh, well, I think the weather could be better.
All right, well, I guess so.
To set the stage, if you can't tell on camera, it's actually raining, and it's raining. Actually, the wind is coming out of what looks like the north, and our radars show that it's not raining here, but it absolutely is raining, and the crowd is a little sparse because the weather and the temperature is low. It is raining, and so definitely it is keeping some people away. And it's probably you guys that are sitting at home watching this game and watching this contest.
You can't blame the listeners.
No,
you can't immediately blame the listeners.
No.
That's I don't think that's
no.
We don't want to dig into that. Although there may be some that's decided they wanted to stay home and listen to the smooth, silky tones of Tim Dean call
yes, me,
the Indians and the Panthers.
Me, you, and Barry White. Right?
I don't know. I think there's probably a few more mixed in.
Okay, all right. But thank you for tuning in to the NFHS network to watch this first round matchup, and Liberty Hill is coming through the tunnel.
Tim, the matchup, you talk about it, you try to find, these two teams they haven't played each other. Who have they played? Common opponents.
Right.
Veterans Memorial, Tim, they both played veterans.
Right.
The Panthers squeaked out a win, 28-21. The Indians lost pretty handily. It was 48-21. So not that means too much, but some common opponents there to kind of paint the picture a little bit. And if somebody's going to get stuff done tonight for these Indians, it's going to be Zion Molina on the ground. He averages 94 yards a game. Palomino and 72 yards receiving a game as well. And their quarterback, Tim, it's Jacob Saucedo.
Yep.
And he's going to sling it all over the yard tonight. And these Panthers have been under duress with passing attack, so they're ready for it, Tim. I think they're seasoned at this point in time.
Well, we're going to take a break from just talking as they're getting ready to do the national anthem. We're going to take a break with that too, so not a break, so you can hear the national anthem here in the stadium. Just about game time here in Liberty Hill at Panther Stadium. Jerry Vance Field, legendary football coach here, long time for the Liberty Hill Panthers. And folks, if you have not seen the slot T run anywhere in your games that you've seen, you're in for a treat tonight if the Panthers can get clicking on all cylinders.
And so we talked about, who was going to do it if the Indians are going to have a big game, if the Panthers are going to have a big game behind an offensive line that's, has been gelling over the course of the season. Mm-hmm. It comes down to Pitchford, Carter, and Long. That's the quarterback and the three running backs here for the Panthers. And if these guys are going to have a good game tonight, you can bet it's going to be on the backs of those four gentlemen right there.
Well, they're out for the corn toss, and Greg, Liberty Hill had won every toss until last week, and as funny as they lost the toss, but they got what they wanted.
So they say, Tim, what you're trying to say is they lost every toss
but one.
The one that I wasn't here for.
They won every toss but last week. Yeah. And we talk about the coin toss. Liberty Hill won.
Panthers
the coin
win again,
toss. Yep.
and they defer. Absolutely. Back to business where we win the tosses. That's what we like.
Mm-hmm. And Liberty Hill is going to have the wind behind their back. Hey, Greg, what's the over-under with the wind behind Connor Hawkins' back, which is committed to play and kick for Baylor? What's the odds that he's going to kick it out of the end zone?
It's 100% he's going to kick it out of the end zone with the wind. There's absolutely no doubt he has a hammer for a leg, and he swings it hard. If they get anywhere over the 35-yard line, they are in field goal range.
Greg,
he has been a weapon
this week
for this Panthers.
Liberty Hill Independent writer Scott Ankwitz did a fantastic story on Connor Hawkins. Jack and I were talking pregame how great of a story Scott did on him, and he was talking about the successes of kicking it out of the end zone, really basically nullifying the possibility of a great return.
Any returns at all. I mean, special teams doing such a great job and putting the defense in, giving them a long field to work with, and that kickoff has a lot to do with it. And you get a good special teams coach and some talented athletes. If they kick it short, you never know what's going to happen. So, a weapon for sure, number one, Connor Hawkins.
About set to kick off. Hawkins, again, he has, in practice, kicked field goals of over 60 yards. And he has a tremendous leg. And this one's going to bounce in the back. It didn't even hit the end zone. It bounces out.
Nope. He was clear of the end zone.
He was clear. And so the Indians will set up shop on the 25-yard line. Led by quarterback Jacob Sauceda. We will probably see him throw the ball a lot tonight. Thrown for 30 touchdowns on the season, as Greg has mentioned.
Indians, Panthers, playoff football. Tim.
Here we go.
Here we go.
Sauceda is in an empty backfield, Greg. Odds are they're passing here. 4 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Flushed out of the pocket. It is complete. It's going to be a pickup of about 12 yards. It's going to be a first down right off the bat for the Indians.
Palomino Jr., number 81. Great catch. Tim, you got to reach behind him to make that catch. Slick ball. Palomino with a great catch there across the middle as Saucedo stepped up into the pocket. Another 5-receiver set.
Handoff. That is to Zion Molina, the leading ground gainer for the Indians. He picks up a couple of yards.
Tackle by Samuel Knox, one of the Panthers' leading tacklers, as well as Gray Hargrove in on the stop.
2nd and 8. Thank you, everybody, for joining us tonight on this NFHS broadcast. Again, picks up a few yards. Will be 3rd down and about 3 yards to go, maybe 4. Let's call it. They're going to mark it at 3.
Palomino again there on the catch. Saucedo has a cannon. As he stepped up into that throw to Palomino, I'm sure you're going to see that all night long.
First down, pass and catch. Pickups the first down, gets to midfield.
And here we go again, Tim. A team comes in and starts playing against the Panthers. They're very successful with the short passes early on. Will the Indians stay with this game right here? These basically long handoffs to Palomino out to the outside. Saucedo gets rid of the ball so quick. That had to be offsides. Had to be. It looked like a Canadian football league there, Tim. They were...
So, Greg, what do you mean when you say Canadian?
They're allowed to run before the snap up in Canada and attack the line of scrimmage pre-snap. So it's wild. The receiver gets to be full speed at the snap.
1st and 15, backs it up to the Indian 45-yard line. Just underway here. First drive of the game. Screen pass.
Oh,
Incomplete. Almost intercepted.
absolutely almost intercepted there as Garrett Lindgren sniffed out the screen that was being set up there. The ball hit him in the shoulder.
2nd and 15. Under pressure, ball's
out.
Quarterback jumps on it.
Good job by Saucedo there to get down on that ball when it came out, just a little slippery.
It got poked out, Greg. By
It did as he was coming out.
Yeah.
It looked like one of the might have been Vallejo in the backfield there. If it wasn't Vallejo, it was Avery Manette.
3rd and 19.
Panthers rush 3.
Under
Again,
pressure.
it's Vallejo in
and the
slide.
quarterback just slides.
Great.
He's going to bring up 4th down.
Great job by Vallejo there to get in off the left side. He was in the backfield so quick, Tim. The young sophomore. He's practically a junior now.
Well, they had only a 3-man rush got to him, and Sauceda had to take it. Went down because a middle linebacker was coming in to
Clean his clock.
Yeah,
for sure.
Liberty Hill holds. It's 4th and 20, forcing the punting unit on.
Penalty there really cost the Indians.
Well, Greg, it absolutely changes your game plan because they were picking up the short yardage passes, and that just caused them to have to change up really what the play cards said that they, and it really hurt them there a little bit.
Well, they went screen, and that got busted up, and then a couple short passes didn't work out for them there. Panther ball.
Well,
great field position.
It is. The punt went out of bounds and gave them really good field position. Here they are on their own 48-yard line. Pitchford hands off to Ben Carter off the right-hand side, and he picks up 4 yards on 1st down. Ben Carter is actually playing a fullback position, but he's actually the smallest guy out there on offense, which you don't really see that from a fullback position. Bryce Machaw in the game right now at one of the running back positions. And there was a jump at going to be back up. The Panthers are going to make it 2nd and 11 once they mark this off.
Jack Pitchford, the young quarterback for the Panthers.
Well, if you're going to be waiting to hear some familiar names, you may have to wait a little bit because both Joe Pitchford and Noah Long are on the sidelines. And they've been battling through some bumps and bruises. Going to be a keeper by the quarterback down the sideline is Jack Pitchford, and he is going to make it to the end zone, but there's flags back at the 45-yard line.
2 flags.
And the 35-yard line. That's coming back.
They're all coming back there. As we saw it in the open field there, it looked like it was a undercut block or a chop block out in front of that play there. Oh.
Nope. It is holding. I'm going to back them up 10 from the spot to the 45-yard line. And it'll be a repeat of 2nd, so it's 2nd and 12. Hand off to Joe Pitchford, and he gets a yard of it. So there's Joe into the game. Third and 11. First drive of the game for Liberty Hill. Indians had the ball first, and Panthers held. And off on the right-hand side, that is
nice
DJ
move.
Seaborn out in open field. And he is going to score a 53-yard touchdown run for the Panthers.
DJ Seaborn, he had to make one man miss, He picked up the first down when he got to the second level, but he did a little juke move right to the house. Panthers strike first.
Connor Hawkins on to kick the extra point. Ben Carter is the holder. If you don't know and you're just not familiar with Liberty Hill, Connor Hawkins, this kicker here, is committed to play at Baylor University right down the road. Has an incredible leg. Flags thrown. He whistled it dead before they allowed the kick. And the field goal unit. Oh, they're going to run the offense out on the field, Greg.
Here comes the brotherly shove. Pitchford and Pitchford. They love to do it here in Liberty Hill. It's a little different version of the brotherly shove because it's actually two brothers.
That's true. It actually really is. So you believe they're going to sneak it here?
I believe that Jack Pitchford is going to take the snap, and Joe Pitchford is going to run right into his back. There's Jack.
Nope.
Oh, there's Joe.
To Joe, and he gets
It's in off the left side.
Oh, Greg, you're wrong.
It was a brotherly handoff.
Okay.
A brotherly shuttle. A brotherly brother to brother. It happened there, but you get too close. Panthers take advantage of that. 8-0. Good job by Coach Walker.
Yeah, because that play wouldn't have made it in from 3.
To pounce on that, absolutely. Especially when you have Connor Hawkins, who's an automatic one. You're not gonna try to risk that. But
now, Greg, I didn't mention that this is the last home game for all of the Liberty Hill seniors, and is that playing in the emotions on some of these players?
Maybe before. Sure, you're going to think about it. Maybe during the school week you've thought about it. When you were out here pregame, it may have run through your head, and you might even be thinking about it too. But once the helmets start hitting and the pads start crashing, that kind of stuff probably goes to the wayside, and it'll be time to think about it at the end of the game, right? Like you try to soak it up as much as you can, be in the moment, but once you're in there and you start thinking about all your responsibilities, you kind of think that stuff falls to the wayside. The team that's in the moment is going to be the team that wins.
Again, Hawkins kicks it out of the end zone, and the Indians will come on to the field at the 25-yard line. 7:20 left to go in the first quarter of play. Liberty Hills has an 8-0 lead. If you were just joining us, thank you very much. Hey, I want to give a shout-out, Greg. We have not given hardly any shout-outs this year. And I want to give a big shout out to what I found out is one of our biggest fans is Donald Puckett, who reached out to Suna this week and even this morning from my understanding. And Donald Puckett, I really hope you're listening and listening to this broadcast. And thank you very much for the kind words. They did make it to Greg and I. And we hope that you're enjoying tonight's broadcast as well.
All right. I wonder if he's related to Kirby Puckett.
I don't know. But first down for the Indians right there. Great pitch and catch. But Greg, we have people give us shout-outs from all over the world. And that's literally all over the world.
All over the world is absolutely right.
Yeah. In and out of the hands of Zion Molina. Those are the kinds of ones when you run this type of offense that you do not want to miss out on. But this weather, it's definitely playing a part in being able to catch the ball.
And what is an advantage usually for Saucedo, that rock and fire cannon, not as effective when the ball slips through the receiver's hands.
Under pressure, flags thrown.
It's going to be offsides on the Panthers. Saucedo got him with his hard count. Good job there by the Indian quarterback to draw him off. He has a step and a clap, it looks like. And he got Jacob Morris to jump off sides. Jacob Morris has been in the backfield so all game long, so he's chomping at the bit to get back there to try to get at Saucedo. Morris, Manat, and Vallejo, the Panthers 3. Saucedo tries to find Palomino long.
Overthrown. Greg, what kind of great receiver name is Palomino?
That is awesome. Awesome name, Saucedo to Palomino. That just rolls off the tongue.
Man.
And they have hooked up quite a few times this season. 30 touchdowns for Saucedo, 12 of them to Palomino.
3rd and 5. Big third down here for the Indians against the Panthers. It's definitely not 4-down territory unless they get closer. And they're going to pick up the first down.
I don't know if he got out or not. We're going to see. Nope.
Oh,
short.
They marked him short.
He did mark him short. Now it's definitely 4-down territory. They're going to go for it for sure.
The receiver's looking at the referee like, what? Well, you got to know your field awareness.
He absolutely does. Like Dak Prescott, he stepped out a little short.
Well, their head coach is not fussing a whole lot about it over there.
He was right there.
I know. Well, it's 4th and 1. Hard count. They're trying to get
him again. Saucedo, good job by the Panthers. Oh, he's offsides.
Oh,
he's offsides. There he goes.
He
Quick
punted.
kick.
Quick kick.
Great punt. That's going to be down at the 1-yard line if they can make it happen. Oh, he kicked it still inside the 5. Savvy move there by the Indians to get the Panthers, catch them unawares. That was almost a devastating penalty. As both Tim and I, you could hear us talk about the defensive back for the Panthers that ran up on the receiver and was a good yard offsides.
Great.
If the Indian center had seen that and snapped the ball, instant first down.
Well, Greg, there was a mistake by the receiver right there of not picking up that first down. That was pretty tough. And then I'm really surprised that, I know it's early in the game, that they didn't really try to pick that first down up. Hand off Ben Carter, and he picks up 8 or 9 yards on first down.
As he jumps up, though, he knows that if he had managed to keep his feet there, he could have got a whole lot more. Carter not usually prone to try to catch the outside, but he took what the defense gave him there.
2nd and 1. Pitch to Joe Pitchford on the left-hand side. Joe spins out, gets the first down, gets the 1 yard that he needed. And that's going to move the chains.
But Tim, you got to figure out, that's real football. Like, back when we played and it was 4th and 1 from the 50, we punted all the time. I was constant, that's game theory, right? Right. You always did that, especially in a playoff game. You trust your defense. You want to get them back out there. No need to take the risk and leave the Panthers at half field there. So,
just tuning in, Liberty Hill leads 8-0. Hand off to Carter, right-hand side. Pickup of 4 yards on first down.
The Indians not doing anything flashy to try to stop the Panthers. They're just lining up, trying to punch them in the mouth. No late substitutions or trying to jump the snap.
Pitch to DJ Seaborn, right-hand side. He picks up a few yards, going to be about 1.5 yards short of the first down. Third and 1.
Matt Garza Jr. on the tackle.
Oh, ball's on the turf. Jack picks it up, gets as much back as he can. It's going to bring up 4th down. And, Greg, this is an area you won't go for. The Panthers need to punt here, I'm sure.
Absolutely.
If it had been, a half a yard, maybe, but they lost the yard there, making it 4th and 2.
No, coach is definitely going to punt this one away.
Yeah.
Credit the Indian defense there for holding them. That little fumble exchange there had a little bit to do with it.
Greg, this is one of the few teams in Harlandale Indians that we've actually seen not be bigger than Liberty Hill. That size-wise, they look about the same. But usually Liberty Hill is usually the guys that they're playing against, the teams nowadays they're playing against are so much bigger than they are. The snap is over the punter's head. He gets it. He's able to get it away, surprisingly.
What a kick! And from the end zone.
Oh,
wow. Connor Hawkins, maybe his best punt of the season.
No, Greg.
Maybe his best punt of the season, Tim.
Wow. It was a net of about 13 yards. But
it went over his head into the end zone.
Athletically, he was able to get back there and turn around and get that kick off in time. But luckily for the Panthers, he got it off. But now Harlandale has the ball at Liberty Hill 35-yard line. Sauceda dancing around, looking downfield, throws it. Incomplete. Hits the turf. 2nd and 10.
Good job there by the secondary for the Panthers. Great coverage. Vallejo and Morris trying to provide pressure along with Manat, the 3 defensive linemen for the Panthers.
They're going to hand it off.
Nothing doing.
Nothing doing. That's Liberty Hill's bread and butter, the run defense. They really are very strong at that. 3rd and 9.
Gray Hargrove in on the tackle along with Samuel Knox. Blitz coming. Saucedo steps up. There's nobody to get him, Tim.
Sauceda in the end zone. No flags down. Runs out of the pocket all the way to pay dirt. 34-yard touchdown run for the Indians.
Great play call there by the Indians, and I think that was just Saucedo making something happen on the Panther blitz. He stepped up into it. Nobody saw him break contain there. And he takes it to the house from the 35-yard line.
Kick is up.
No good.
No good. And Liberty Hill has an 8-6 lead with 2:56 left to go in the first quarter. Greg, so we gave Donald Puckett the big shout-out a while ago, right?
Mm-hmm.
He has already reached back out, and he has said that they are listening from here locally in Liberty Hill at the Whiskey Barrel Pub.
Wait a minute now. There is a party going on at the Whiskey Barrel Pub.
Whiskey Barrel Pub.
And they are listening to the game.
Yes. They're dry, right?
Yep.
They're not getting wet like these guys are.
Yep.
They're probably warm, right?
Yep.
Well,
they're probably having some whiskey.
Or whatever it is that they end up having. Can we say whiskey on the air?
We just did.
We just did. So they're having beverages, and they're sitting there down at the whiskey pub. But he did say, unfortunately, he said Kirby couldn't get him any Twins tickets.
Ah, dang it. That'd have been nice.
Yeah. I don't even know where the Whiskey Barrel Pub is. I lived here for years. It must be a fairly new place here in town.
Sounds like we might have to go visit.
They're definitely going to be open when we probably finish the broadcast.
Short kick. There goes Jack.
Jack is on the return. Jack is going to take it to the house. It is a touchdown for the Panthers. Special teams.
No flags.
No flags.
Jack Pitchford, quarterback, and they did a short little return there, put their return team in a little bit of a bind. They know exactly what to do. The Panthers up on the blocks, and Jack found a hole and hit it. There is a flag, but it's against the Indians.
Wow. Just like that, Liberty Hill scores. Doesn't have to.
And now, Tim, with the extra point miss and the 2-point made, this one right here puts the Panthers up 2 scores.
That's big. In the first quarter. Fire! There's flags down. Ben Carter has the ball, and he's going to be short of the goal line on the miss snap and hold, but it's going to go against, I think, Harlandale, and they're going to get another shot at it.
It is for sure going to go against Harlandale. Now, you wonder if Coach does the same thing.
I don't think so this time.
Right, because it's still a 2 score.
Yeah. It's take the extra point, go up 2 scores. The book, Greg, says kick it.
And especially when you got Connor Hawkins on your team, when you got a kicker that can make it.
Greg, he could probably put it on.
He's against the jinx. I can mark it on the score as it's already done. I can do that with him.
Another high stamp, but Ben Carter gets it down. And
Carter gets it down.
Yeah, he gets it in for the extra point. 2:45 left to go in the first quarter, and Liberty Hill is up 15-6.
Saucedo, great job to put the Indians on the board. He recognizes a blitz. He steps up into it. His scrambling ability, his athletic ability takes over. Read and recognize, puts the Indians on the board, but just when you thought Uncle Momentum was on the Indian sideline, Jack Pitchford takes the ensuing kickoff back to the house, and he was gone from the time. You saw it right there from the 34 for the 40-yard line. He was full speed.
Once he got in that gear, it was just over. Greg, as I see this, and it's not raining super hard, but this is just sort of an irritating rain.
An irritating mist. It makes everything wet. Just makes the balls slick. Your hands, you can't get your hands dry. It's on your eyes if you have a visor.
Greg, what's the worst conditions you ever played?
Snow.
Really?
Freezing cold snow and rain and snow while it's coming down. Oh, it's the worst.
Did you have a bad game that game?
I mean, you just everybody had a bad game. That's just how it was.
Kick goes out of the end zone. Never had the opportunity to play in snow, and I'm glad I didn't play in the snow. I played in really cold weather and rain.
Now listen, fun games in the snow are fun if it's an afternoon game.
Yeah.
It's maybe in the 30s, maybe in the 20s, and there's snow on the ground. Now that's fun playing in the snow.
Yeah.
But when it's at night or it's freezing rain and the snow, that's no fun.
I wonder, there has to be history of a Texas high school football game in the snow. It would be obviously up in North Texas.
I believe, Tim, they used to have an all-star game, Pennsylvania versus Texas, for years.
They did.
Pennsylvania
remember.
would whip Texas pretty regularly.
I don't know about that.
Yep, they would. And I think maybe in the back and forth, they would come up and they'd have to play in the snow.
How do you think that came about, a Pennsylvania-Texas football game?
I mean, two of the best states for football, Pennsylvania being probably the best, and then Texas right there on their heels.
Greg, does Pennsylvania have a Dave Campbell's football magazine?
I'm sure they do. I don't think Dave's up there. I don't think he's up there in the deal.
Pennsylvania probably doesn't even have a football magazine, and you're sitting here talking about Pennsylvania football.
God, I love some Pennsylvania football. Here we go. Back to this game,
Second and 10.
Come on, Tim.
Flush him out of the pocket again, Greg.
Good job.
Throw it away.
Good job there by Morris. But Saucedo, do exactly what you need to do there. Throw it out of bounds. That play's not there. Credit that young man for living to fight another day. I'm impressed with how he's been playing so far. When he steps up into the pocket and throws, these receivers have been playing pretty well. This game's going to be like this all night long. You have a feeling trying to box in Saucedo is a chore.
Well, they are getting him out of the pocket. They're forcing him out, which is what you want. And ball's on the turf.
This play's not over.
And the ball is now loose. Liberty Hill falls on it on the 7-yard line.
That's Vallejo. There's the symbol.
Yeah.
There's the celebration V. Out of Vallejo, he was being encouraged there. It looks like Hargrove asked Vallejo for the V symbol.
He did.
And Vallejo delivered. He was like, absolutely, I just got a fumble recovery in my first playoff game as a sophomore.
Yeah.
athletic number 56 jumped over the Indian to pick it up, and the Panthers in business.
7-yard line, yeah.
We just talked about it being slick and being annoying, and right there, Saucedo.
Handoff up the middle to Carter, and he gets to the 2.
He did. He got
maybe the 3-yard line.
He got bent over there on an excellent tackle by Nicholas Rodriguez, senior linebacker for the Indians. I don't see Ben Carter get hit like that too often. Great tackle there by Rodriguez. There goes Jack.
Jack Pitford just takes it in for a Liberty Hill touchdown.
21-6, just like that.
Yep.
Pitchford with the fake to his brother. And then he is a weapon from that quarterback position. He's another running back himself. And we talked about it before. When this Panther team has another rusher from that spot, it adds another layer to this slot T. Great hands there by Carter to get the ball down, as that snap looked like it was into his legs.
The kick is good again by I want to call him All-State Connor Hawkins. I can do that.
I think you can.
I sure can. 22-6 is the score after all is said and done. Liberty Hill with a lead in the first quarter. A minute 51 left. Now, full disclosure. I just wanted full disclosure to everybody listening, and that are especially Liberty Hill fans that are used to listening to us. This is a NFHS network broadcast, so it's going out to the world, right, Greg?
The world.
The world.
I believe that if you were on the space station, you could probably pick it up as well.
That's true.
You could pick it up on the ISS.
That's true.
We have yet to receive. We haven't heard anybody listening to us up in space, but we have to assume that with the internet there, that it's definitely possible.
Right. Well, sometimes internet connection people. It depends what network they have.
Listen, I'm just saying.
They have the NASA network. So, Greg, but here's what I want to say for all those fans. Tim, why aren't you getting super excited? Well, we're supposed to be somewhat neutral in this broadcast, is full disclosure, because we have Harlandale fans listening to us too, and we have fans from all over. So we're trying to keep it on the DL a little bit. Right, Greg?
What? Listen, this Harlandale team,
no, they're
7-3. They're a playoff team. Saucedo, Palomino, this defense, a couple of bad breaks here. So Tim, we love to talk about the other teams. We love football, all that stuff, but maybe we're not being as Liberty Hill homerish as we normally get blamed for on the message boards across Texas. You especially.
That's true. So I've been a little quiet, But again, you're right. Saucedo's an incredible athlete, and Palomino's a great wide receiver. And they've had a couple balls go through the hands because of the wet conditions and snaps and stuff. So they're looking to try to get back in this thing. That's a good start right there. Complete to Joseph Esparza.
Esparza, another top target for Saucedo. But first drive, we saw those short passes. We saw him pick up a bunch of it. Now here goes the Indians. They're going to go back to that, try to loosen up this Panther defense with the 5 wide receiver set. Take what the defense gives you, and right now 5 yards. Great first play.
Saucedo throwing on the right-hand side, overthrows his receiver. Looks like he's a little down on himself for missing that one.
Yeah, that was looked like it was like an arrow route or not necessarily an out and up, but it was more of a post run there. Standard throw for a quarterback, Tim, right over the shoulders, just missed it. And again, tough. This weather is just Tim hit it right on the head when he called it an irritating miss.
3rd down and 6. Looked like they were trying to set up for a middle screen maybe, but didn't materialize. Actually not. It just sort of line fell apart. Brings up 4th down and 6. They're going to have to punt the ball.
They brought the blitz. They brought an extra person. The Indians had trouble picking it off. Looked like they had a screen set up like Tim suggested, but ball just got away from them. I think the weather definitely affects the Indians much more than it does the Panthers.
Absolutely.
Their offense really predicated on a clean, dry ball. Saucedo dropping back and ripping it across the field, and that this weather kind of playing havoc with that timing and that ability. Good punt.
Takes a little bit. Indian bounced it, but then back to Liberty Hill, bounced it to right about the 44-yard line. Greg, Donald Puckett says they're right there on Main Street, and he also told us, hey, they're inviting us for drinks.
Well, I know where I'm going after the game.
Free drink.
Free drinks.
Yes.
Wait a minute.
That's what it
Let's
says.
go.
Now, Spina, if you go, I bet they have Diet
Sarsaparilla.
Coke. Handoff right hand side to Carter. He picks up 6 yards. No, I bet Greg. And I don't drink those types of beverages. So I'm like, I may show up with Jack, and I'd have a Diet Coke, and Jack would have whatever he's having, but he can't have, what is it?
Whiskey.
Whiskey. Yeah, he can't have that. His parents are listening. Handoff to Carter. He gets 1 yard short of the first down.
Jonathan Perez from the Indians on a tackle. A little bit of assist from Robert Acuna, a couple of seniors. The Panthers in black, Indians in white. 22-6. 24 seconds. They're going to have to snap this one.
They do. Handoff right-hand side to Ben Carter. Gets the first down and more. Breaks out of 2 tackles. Finally gets brought down close to the 30-yard line. Great run by Ben Carter.
Rene Cantu Jr. with the tackle, and I bet that's going to take us to the second quarter.
And that's what's going to do it. Liberty Hill's going to go into the second quarter up 22-6, and they're in Indian territory at the 31. And we're going to take that quarter break. You are watching the 5A Division II by-district playoffs on NFHS Network. See you in a moment. Back here to start the second quarter of play. Liberty Hill up 22-6. Liberty Hill has the ball on the Harlandale 31-yard line. Panthers up the line of scrimmage. Jack Pitchford's going to keep the ball, gets to the sideline. Out at about the 5-yard line. No flags on the play. I don't see any.
Great run by Jack there. That play has just been devastating here against the Indians. They haven't had an answer for it. He scored a touchdown on it. He's had a couple big plays on it. But right now, Tim, I think it's time for number 28.
Going to hand off to Joe Pitchford, left-hand side, and he gets stood up at the goal line, just inches short of getting in. Second and goal.
Great tackle there off the left side. It looks the whole Indians defense came after Pitchford. Carter, short yardage specialist. Brotherly shove on the table as well. The Liberty Hill Panthers on the half-yard line maybe one of the most devastating offenses in the state of Texas to try to stop. Yeah, really. Your only chance is they're going to stop themselves.
And there's flags on the play. Handoff to Ben Carter. He gets in the end zone, but let's sort out this flag.
I don't know if they got him for motion or if they got him off sides. If it's off sides, it's Carter, and he's in.
And the offense is walking off the field like it's against Harlandale.
Yep, I think the ref, I see him putting his hands on his hips, Tim.
Nope,
hands.
Now the Panthers are coming back out on the field.
Oh, boy, no. Offsides. Offsides. Defense. Declined. Touchdown.
Oh,
yeah, there we go.
Greg, were you reading sign language there?
It was. I was reading some referee sign language.
Smoke signals.
That's exactly right. Some referee sign language. Just make sure he got that touchdown part
right
there at the end.
And they're going to go for 2. And Jack's going to keep it. And there's a flag on the play.
It's going to be a hold.
And it wasn't even necessary. He gets in, but it's going to be nullified. But they're going
to kick it.
Now they're going to kick it. So now with the penalty on the 2-point attempt, forces Liberty Hill have to bring on their kicking unit, as it's going to be marked off a little bit. I want to also, while I get this moment, a big shout out to the Liberty Hill volleyball team who is in the regional tournament tonight, I think.
Oh.
They've made a great run, and they win tonight, they will play for the regional championship and a chance to make the win tomorrow, and they'll go to the state tournament. Kick is up, and it is good by Connor Hawkins. Greg, you ever play volleyball?
I play right now, Tim, down at a little bar called Aussies in downtown. I play in an adult league.
Yeah.
Yep, sure do.
Huh.
For the Bee Gees. That's the name of our team.
What?
The Bee Gees.
The Bee Gees.
Yeah, I don't know.
Staying alive.
I didn't name the team.
Yeah.
I have just played volleyball for a long time, Tim. I bet you didn't know that.
I did not know it. You're a little too short for volleyball, I thought.
Yeah, but these hands are...
They're golden?
Golden.
Yeah.
Golden. A setter, Tim. A setter.
Setter. Okay, you're a libero? Is that how you
No. That's defense. I mean, I probably could play some libero, but I like to be a setter.
Well, again, great shout out to the Liberty Hill volleyball team. Hopefully they win tonight. And the Liberty Hill marching band just was in the state championship. They didn't place this past week, but they did really well. Our very own Jack Spina was on site at the marching band contest for 2 days. He got to watch probably about 30 performances. 35, he said. He was band performances.
It's a lot of band.
A lot of band. Now kicking into the wind, and it's going to bounce in the end zone. And Liberty Hill's up 29-6. And those marching bands are coming out every 10 to 15 minutes on a button. Like clockwork. I mean, they have to be on the field in a certain time. They have to get all the equipment off at a certain time. And the next band has to be ready to go.
Battle of the bands.
Yeah.
4 bands an hour? 30 bands? Wow, I'm doing some math. That's a lot of bands in a day.
It is. Can you imagine judging that? Because they have judges, qualified judges from all across the state, and just watching band after band after band. They start all running together after a while. Here we go. Harlandale trying to get back on the option it out. Nothing doing there. They pitched it out to Zion Molina. Nothing doing. A drop of 4 yards.
Haven't seen that play before. Might not see it again as the Panthers strung that option out. Tim and I immediately recognized it, so I have a feeling that the defense did as well.
It wasn't disguised very well.
No, it was a straight option run from Git. Credit the Panthers for playing tough defense there.
2nd and 14. Already flushed out of the pocket. Throws it out of bounds just to fight another play.
His second time doing that, Tim. He's a heads-up quarterback. That is a veteran move by a senior quarterback who's slung the ball around enough to know, hey, look, I got to get rid of this one. I don't want it to be 3rd and 20. I'll live 3rd and 14.
Check out his shoes, Greg. Maybe Spina can zoom in there a little bit and show the viewers of his two-tone shoes.
Oh, I like the two-tone green and pink shoes. Nice.
Yeah.
You got to be good if you're wearing shoes like that. There are no bad quarterbacks wearing shoes like that. As he has his receiver motion. Oh, great job by Saucedo to improvise there and send his receiver up the field. Number 82, Roger Dominguez. He told Roger, get up the field, Roger. And as he scrambled out, he put it on the money.
Receiver should have caught that.
Dominguez absolutely had a chance to catch that ball.
Yeah.
Credit Saucedo with the heads-up play there. Rodriguez just missed it.
He dropped it right
Or Dominguez, rather. Oh.
Almost blocked punt.
Great bounce. Oh, went out of bounds. Great bounce out of bounds. Down to the 30, but they're going to stop that one way short.
Panther offense back onto the field.
Doesn't feel like 29-6, Tim. Feels like this Indian team is much stronger than the score indicates right now. They just had a couple of tough breaks, couple of special teams plays, and Liberty Hill has capitalized on those mistakes.
Ball's on the 49-yard line of Harlandale. Handoff to Ben Carter, and they limit him to only a 2-yard gain. And I say that because limiting Ben Carter to 2 yards is actually a success. I mean, they're going to mark him for about 3, but sometimes that's the best you can do against that play.
Absolutely. If it's clicking and this line is blocking it really well, it's good for 6, 7, 8 yards every time.
Ball's on the turf.
Ball's out.
And Harlandale says they have the ball.
Indians are trying to say they have it, and they do.
There was a center quarterback exchange issue. Obviously, the quarterback's fault coming from a center. I'm kidding. So, because there's no telling. But if I'm the center, I'm taking it up for the center. But there was an exchange issue, and coaches are talking to him right now. And a lot of the issues when that happens is a center, you start to get focused on sometimes your block and seeing maybe a different stunt coming or a blitz coming, and you start to lose focus of getting that ball to where it needs to be. Not saying that's the case, but there are issues that kind of stuff can happen. Handoff up the middle, pickup of 2. And the other thing with this weather, and it's constantly coming down since the start of the game, the ball starts getting really slick. And if you're a one-hand snapper, it really starts to affect you. And if you don't have big hands to put your hand around the ball, it really can create a lot of problems. 2nd and 8.
Vallejo with the tackle there.
Handoff again to Joseph Esparza this time. No gain on the play.
They really have not been able to run the ball out of a conventional rushing formation. Saucedo's gotten the biggest gains by scrambling. But you credit the 3 men up front for this Liberty Hill defense. Vallejo, Morris, and Manette.
3rd and 8.
Knox and Morris making some adjustment calls as the Panthers come up to the line of scrimmage on defense.
Flushed out of the pocket again, throws it downfield. Intercepted at about the 12, 13-yard line.
Not terrible there for Saucedo or the Indians. Great job by Trayvon Williams to play inside coverage, get the pick.
And Liberty Hills takes over on that turnover.
Not on like a punt.
No,
in that scenario there.
Nope, that's actually fine right there. And there's now, are we going to get a trash can? Or did we already see it?
I haven't seen the trash can.
Oh, I see it on the ground. They must have already done it.
Oh.
So, yep. So every turnover, there's a turnover trash can down there for the Panthers. Inside handoff to DJ Seaborn. The ball's loose again. And Harlandale has it again.
I don't know what happened there. It looked like he took it out of his hands. It looked like he took him. It was an inside, Tim.
Yep.
When Noah's in there and they run that inside handoff,
Right.
It looked like the handoff was clean. Jack got it to the back. I couldn't see which one he gave it to, whether it was Bryce Machaw or DJ. But credit the Indian player who just yanked it right out and gives the Indians the ball back on the 14-yard line.
Best field position the Indians have had by far. Inside the 20. Salcedo going to try to run it up the middle and nothing doing. Right into the belly of the beast of the defense.
Design quarterback rush there. I thought he did it too quick, Tim. Like normally you want to maybe drop back and pretend like you're dropping back to pass and then run. He immediately just rocked and fired up the middle. Panthers, they're there for it.
Oh, total misconnection. Had a receiver wide open. And now there's a flag thrown on the play. Late.
I think that's going to have to go against the Panthers.
Yep, roughing the passer.
Garrett Lindgren coming off there as Fulford comes in for him.
It's going to be first and goal now from the 8-yard line.
Saucedo made the absolute right read. Esparza was wide open at the top. Just missed him, and then he got roughed.
Referee forgot to pick his flag up, Greg.
There's a flag on the field.
There he goes.
Looks like the center said, go get it, Tim.
No, coach told him to go get it.
Oh, there you go. Can't leave that dirty laundry on the field.
Saucedo throws it to the back of the end zone, has a receiver. Oh, just misconnected, but there's not a late flag, a flag thrown. It's going to be interference. And once they mark this off, it again will be first and goal. This time I think it's...
If it's pass interference in the end zone,
It's going to be at the goal line, isn't it?
I think it's half the distance.
Two-yard line.
2-yard line. If it's in the end zone.
First and goal from the 2.
So in a wild series of events.
Saucedo going to run it himself, and Liberty Hill stringing him out really well, and he's not going to get in. It'll be a second and goal from the 2.
Another option there. The option quarterback to running back relationship there, terrible. Broke down immediately. Credit the Panthers. Samuel Knox getting in there and making that happen. That option play, they've run it twice tonight. No success. Panthers immediately reading it.
Second down. And off up the middle, that is a touchdown to Zion Molina for the Indians, and that gets them back on the board and cut into the deficit that they had 6 minutes and 21 seconds left to go until halftime. Liberty Hill still has a lead, but now it's 29-12 pending the PAT.
They missed the last extra point. They're going to line up and do it again here.
Kick is up,
We
and
got
it is
that
good. 29-13 with 6:21 left. Greg, you know, you and I sometimes, as the game goes on, we start looking at the opposing team sometimes about what they were doing well and sometimes going away from it. I think Harlandale has gone away from that on offense because that first drive, initial drive, they were really clicking, I felt, in the timing patterns on the really short passes. And I know Liberty Hill, what's different is Liberty Hill's getting pressure, more pressure than they did on the quarterback in that first drive. But I'm really surprised we're not seeing a little bit more of that.
I'm always surprised that we don't see a little more of it. And you can go back and listen to the old broadcasts and hear when we see teams that come out and throw those short passes and have great success against this Panther team, and then they get away from it for whatever reason. Coaches wanting to call different plays or wanting to get into their playbook or wanting to, maybe I'm not sure why.
Right.
But you got a good receiver. You got good receivers. You got a great quarterback who can get them the ball. Do it till you stop it.
Well, we haven't called Palomino's name in quite a while.
Not since the first quarter.
Going to be returned by Jack Pitchford, and he gets hit at the 20-yard line, and that's where they'll stop him there, and that's where Liberty Hill will start this drive. He couldn't get that speed going up there.
Joseph Esparza on the tackle there before Pitchford could get into another gear. (29-13) Panthers up 16 here in the
Greg has two
second quarter.
scores. They've cut it to 2 scores, and balls on the turf again, but luckily Jack Pitchford falls on it. That's the third fumble. 2 of them have been fumbled away. Actually, it's probably been more than that. It's just we've only lost 2 for Liberty Hill.
Jack looking down at his hands, trying to dry him off.
Greg, I never, when you and I played, the glove technology really hadn't come around yet. So you had pine tar, I'm sure, but stick 'em. But at quarterback, you can't use a glove.
Newman. I don't know if you remember Newman gloves. That was the rage
From Seinfeld?
when I played. No, that's hello Newman. That's right.
Right.
Those are not the gloves, but those that they had an N on the back of them. I had a pair of white ones. I had a pair of black ones. They were sticky. Had the sticky palms on them there with the glove mesh on the back. Absolutely, I had them. Yeah.
3rd and 8 for the Panthers.
But you're right. Nothing like it is now.
Jack Pitcher's
gone.
Nope. Got to get to the sideline. He gets run out of bounds close to midfield. It'll be marked out at about the... No, they're going to mark him right at midfield. Great run by Jack. Getting to the outside.
Again, that play, for whatever reason, the Indians having a real tough time trying to stop it.
First down for Liberty Hill. They actually mark him out at the 47. Just under 5 minutes left to go until halftime. Hand off to Joe Pitchford. And pickup of about 6. Knows Jack that time really made a point to get it into the breadbasket of his tummy to make sure there was not a mishandle.
Newman, wide receiver gloves, Timmy.
They still make them?
Yeah,
Oh, wow.
absolutely. You can go online and check them out. They're going to get the offsides there on the Indians. Seaborn Going to take it around, pick up the first down anyway, and more. Blockers out in front. Good cutback.
He
stepped out of bounds. But they're going to get all these yards. That's going to be offsides.
And it's declined, obviously. It'll be first down for Liberty Hill. Seaborn with a great run down to the 33-yard line. 4 minutes and 10 seconds left until halftime, 29-13. Stay with us as we're going to show the band performances at halftime, even though I actually only think we're going to have one band perform at halftime since it's raining. And they may not even be performing. They may just be playing the music for the drill team. Handoff. Nope, no handoff. That's Pitchford on the quarterback keeper, and he's slow to get up. He gets up.
Now, I did see the Indians try to time the snap there. We've seen that happen with some success. Teams have been trying to time the snap of the Panthers to get in there and disrupt the offense.
2nd and 3. Hand off to Ben Carter. He gets the first down. Picks up 5 yards to get the first.
Panthers happy to let the clock just tick here. Another Ben Carter run up the middle here. You're in Connor Hawkins field goal range, but the Panthers want 7. But they also don't want to give the Indians the ball back. The Panthers get the ball in the second half, so great opportunity here to go up a couple of scores.
Jack tried to keep it again, and they're going to drop him for a loss.
He did. I said they hadn't stopped that play. I can't say that anymore. Matt Garza, linebacker, in off the right side to stop Pitchford.
And Joe's coming off the field limping, so he will be out at least this play. And in comes Carson Holland. We've seen Carson Holland play quarterback quite a bit this year. Early in the season when Jack Pitchford was out, Carson was playing the quarterback position. He's doing a really good job leading this offense.
He has, but Tim, when a new quarterback comes in, got to call a safe play here. Ball's wet, slick. He hasn't really had a chance at all to warm up or do any kind of they take the time out. Wonder if he's going to get some snaps in. Sure is. Tim, that's exactly what you do. You see Carson go over there to the side, grabs his center, and just goes over and gets a few snaps.
Yep.
Him and Colton New, sophomore. Super important, Tim, right? As a center and a quarterback, new quarterback comes in. We've already had exchange issues with Pitchford. So coach just, with the immediate injury to Jack, wanted to get a few snaps in. Panthers have timeouts to burn. Indians really, pressed here to try to keep the Panthers out of the end zone.
I think as I'm watching, as I'm watching Jack on the sideline right now, it looks like maybe he had gotten a cramp because they don't have him in the tent, right? So maybe a cramp, which would be the good news, right? Is if he had a cramp, because you can get through that and get him some. What do they pickle juice in it? What do they do?
Yeah, pickle juice, bananas, stretch it out. Get back out there. The problem with a cramp, though, in the second quarter is you have a cramp in the third quarter and you got a cramp in the fourth quarter. You're not getting rid of it, so to speak. You can drink all the water you want and stretch it all you want, but man, that's going to be there. DJ
Seaborn on the carry gets about 4 yards. They'll bring up third down. Just a little over 2 minutes left to go in the quarter.
Really surprised that the Indians aren't taking a timeout here. Panthers happy to let the clock tick.
It's just now ticking under 2 minutes until halftime. Liberty Hill up 29-13. And if Greg's keeping up with the scoreboard, you'll be able to see that.
I got it.
Got it. Third down.
Thanks, Coach Les Clary.
Hand off to Seaborn. He is, picks up no yards, actually get back to the original line of scrimmage. Now we're going to see Connor Hawkins come onto the field to attempt this field goal.
Flag on the play.
Oh. There's an injured Indian.
Interesting choice here. Do you just take it,
kick it,
or do you back them up?
Greg, you kick it.
No, I'm saying we don't even know who the penalty's on.
Well, that's true.
I think it could be a hold against the Panthers.
Oh, then that's going to hurt them.
And so they're going to back them up.
Oh, another third down play, though.
Oh, man.
It's 15
Was
yards.
it a 15er? Haven't heard it yet.
Wow.
But it's going to make it third and... Here we go. Ref's going to tell us what happened here on the 40-yard line. His mic cut out there. Is it choppy? Chop block tripping? Fulford in. Doubt we're going to see a pass, Tim.
No, and at this moment, no, because, it's 141, and just at this point, they may just be content. I mean, they're going to run a play to try to get as much yards back because you still have a weapon in Connor Hawkins.
Oh, you're in field goal. You're in Hawkins field goal range.
You are, but he's kicking into the wind.
He is.
You absolutely give him a shot at it, but you'd like to get something here, Greg, to
lessen it.
Yeah. You have a couple of timeouts in your pocket, so it's going to be a pass play. They are going to pass it, Greg, and he's just going to throw it out of bounds. There's a flag on a play. They're going to call holding. There's another. What? I don't know what that second one was for.
I think that might be whatchamacallit.
Was he out of the pocket?
He was out of the pocket, and he got a lot of bounce. So it's not intentional grounding. But the one was, I think it might be offsetting. He didn't have a flag, so he had to throw his hat. Decline. Intentional grounding.
Oh, it was. It's fourth down, Greg. Now you punt it. Wow, Greg, look, we were down here at the 20-yard line.
And it's 4th and 39? You got a 4th and 39 play in the books? No, you don't. You punt it.
Yes, you punt it. You give it to your all-state kicker.
And hope like heck.
Good snap.
You get a good snap back.
Yep.
Great snap. Great punt.
Great hang time.
Good job.
Wow.
Just like you draw it up.
Well, it's a net of 5 yards from the original line of scrimmage.
Still.
I know, it's a success, right?
You take that all day long. Would have much rather have loved to get some points out of it. A couple of big penalties there. They did. They shocked us. They shocked us both with that pass, Tim. I thought that they just tried to run the ball exactly like you said.
Get a few yards and get it in Hawkins's range, but that did not go well.
No.
Minute 14. Now, here you go. Harlandale has all of their timeouts left. You gotta give it a shot, right,
Of course,
Greg?
Absolutely. This offense can score from just about anywhere on the field, and with its rapid fire nature, a minute 14 is an eternity.
They're handing it off, Greg. They're not going to go for it.
That seems...
They're going to run the clock out and go in down by 2 scores, but they're going to be kicking off.
I just think that, with an athlete like Saucedo and the receivers that you have, why not give them an out and up? Why not give them a go route? Why not set up something? You're just wasting time now, and you're going to take those 3 timeouts into the locker room with you and just burn a couple short runs here that the Panthers are going to be all over.
Yep.
Samuel Knox and the you want to beat these Panthers team, Tim, you got to come get them. This kind of stuff right here just plays into what the Panthers into their game plan. They're just going to ride it out here.
Yep, that's gonna do it here to finish up the second quarter, and we're going to go into the locker room with the Panthers up 29-13. But Greg, more importantly for Harlandale, they're still down 2 scores, right? And so that is something that they could go on and try to build on as they go into halftime.
Absolutely. You're going to come out and you're going to face these Panthers again on offense. You're down 16. You're going to have to make something happen immediately when you come back out, and then get back into your game plan that was moving the ball early.
Now, Greg, I do want to make some information, especially for the guys down at the pub downtown. So next week, we already know if Liberty Hill wins, we already know who their opponent was. They played last night. We've played them before. Mission Pioneer, Greg. If you remember, we have played them before. They have a quarterback playing at UTSA. And so we will be, if we win tonight, if we continue to go down this path and win, we'll be playing Mission Pioneer. They're 10-1. They won last night over Ed Couch Elsa in a first-round playoff game, 48-29. And so that is the opponent for the winner of tonight's game. Now, if history repeats itself, okay, where I was mentioning off air earlier that every time that Liberty Hill has played a team from down in South Texas, down in the Valley, that game has been played in San Antonio somewhere, whether it's Northeast or, stadium, or we've played at 3 different stadiums there. So I'm sure that's where I'm pretty sure that's where we'll be playing next week, is in San Antonio. And more than, I'd pretty much bet on it.
Well, that game will be played there, whether it's Harlandale, they're from San Antonio, or Liberty Hill. We're both going to go down there.
Well, and if that's the case, we'll be down there calling that game, Greg, if Liberty Hill were to win tonight. And but that's who the opponent of tonight's game, they will be playing next week against Mission Pioneer.
And neither of us are saying this game's over.
No.
This Indian team absolutely has the firepower to come back and make something happen.
Is the way this game has played out with Liberty Hill has what they've done, and they have 29 points, and that Harlandale has hung in there with some good plays. Liberty Hill, fumbled the ball away twice, set up, Harlandale a couple of times, but if they don't get that squared away, this game could get anything. And we've seen Harlandale, Jacob Salceda is an incredible quarterback, but he needs to find Michael Palomino, in my opinion, Greg. They need to find Palomino and get him back involved in the game, because he has not been involved in the game since the first quarter.
Absolutely.
Well, we're going to take a break here at halftime, and you can watch the halftime entertainment. And Greg will turn up the mic a little bit so you can hear the band and the dance. So we thank you guys for listening so far. You're watching the 5A Division II by-district playoffs on the NFHS Network, home of the Liberty Hill Panthers.
Such marker lies a young man, Martin Treptow, who left his job in a small-town barber shop in 1917 to go to France with the famed Rainbow Division. There on the Western Front, he was killed trying to carry a message between battalions under heavy artillery fire. We're told that on his body was found a diary. On the flyleaf, under the heading, My Pledge, he had written these words: America must win this war. Therefore I will work, I will save, I will sacrifice, I will endure. I will fight cheerfully and as if the issue of the whole struggle depended on me alone. We must realize that no arsenal or no weapon in the arsenals of the world is so formidable as the will and moral courage of free men and women. It is a weapon our adversaries in today's world do not have. It is a weapon that we as Americans do have. They will be reminded that peace is the highest aspiration of the American people. We will negotiate for it, sacrifice for it. We will not surrender for it now or ever. We are Americans.
Back here at halftime. I was going to point out the inflatable, the cool inflatable for Harlandale, but missed it. But they have this big Indian Chief Wahoo or something. If they're inflatable, Greg and I really like it. It's one of the best we've seen.
It really is one of the best we've
Yes.
seen. Like it is a top-notch run through here from the Harlandale Indians. Best one all season, Tim. Besides Prowler. We love Prowler.
Yeah, we love Prowler.
As far as visiting teams or opposing teams of the Panthers are concerned,
Yes.
the Harlandale Indians and their run-through tunnel hands down.
Hands down tonight. Well, we get set to start the second half of play. Liberty Hill leads 29-13. Now, Greg, more importantly for the Indians, they're still only down 2 scores. Liberty Hill, the key to their second half is hanging onto the ball, fumbling the ball away a couple of times, having some miscues. They need to hang on to the ball in order to try to control the second half. Harlandale needs to come out and I think get back to the basics of what they did. The rain is still coming down, and it's like a gnat, like going around you, Greg. You just can't get rid of it. That's what this rain's doing. It's the kickoff is set, and it is going to be returnable from the 10-yard line. Here comes Kim Arena, and a nice return back across the 40 to the 41.
Good return by Camarina.
Thank you for everybody that's listening to the broadcast, including our all of our friends listening. Greg, I don't think we have any. Is your wife listening?
I don't think so.
Ben Carter on the run, picks up, I think, 9, maybe close to the first down.
My mother-in-law, Diana Harland, I'm sure she's listening.
Really? Where she live?
She's South Austin. She listens to all the games.
My wife is at Bunko.
Bunko.
Have you played Bunko, Greg?
Bunko. No, I have not played Bunko.
I've never played Bunko either.
Bunko.
You think they...
Sounds like an audible. Bunko. Bunko.
That may be true. That would be a good audible. Ben Carter on the carry, and he's not... Well, they're going to be marking him close to the first down. It's short, though. Just a tad short. Greg, do you think they play Bunko down at the Whiskey Barrel Pub?
I have a feeling that they don't.
No Bunko at the Whiskey Barrel Pub.
No, Sans Bingo. Or Sans Bunko. Maybe Bingo.
No bingo. Do you think they
Probably not Bingo either, no.
Now, you're a poker player. Do you think they play poker down there?
That's possible. It's possible.
You are a poker enthusiast. Hand off to Ben Carter, and he's still on his feet. The ball stripped. It's loose, and I think Harlandale has the ball.
Are they going to say he's down? Look at the ref. I think he's going to say he's down. And he's going to agree.
He's saying now, wow.
And that's going to, again, be one of those types of things where Ben Carter, it's his nature and how he runs. He's not down. He keeps his legs moving. He's always moving. And they had several players try to strip the ball out. Tim, Pitchford in at quarterback. It was Carson Holland, but now Joe Pitchford in at quarterback for the Panthers.
Joe's under center. He hands off to DJ Seaborn. Spins out of a tackle. Gets only 2 yards. A hard fault, 2 yards.
Joe nursing an injury as well. Probably not going to be as effective on that keeper as his younger brother was. I don't see Jack, but I have a feeling he's done for the night.
I believe so.
Connor Hawkins kicking into the net.
He's not coming in at quarterback. Hawkins is not, no.
Maybe.
Handoff right-hand side. That is
Ben Carter.
Ben Carter. And he gets run out of bounds about the 9. Craig, you know the reason it shocked me that Ben Carter, it was Carter, because it was outside.
Yep. Again, that's his second big run of the night outside. And, folks, normally Ben Carter's between the tackles. and good hard yards right up the middle. That's where he does his damage. So when we see him come left or right, you think it's Seaborn or Machaw or one of the other running backs here.
I'll do the 11. And off left-hand side. That is Seaborn. Spins out of a tackle. Gets knocked out of bounds. The ball's loose.
Ball was out.
It was out, and actually the Indians are going to have the ball at the 2. There's a flag thrown. Oh, there's a referee, and one of the Harlandale Eagles are jawing at each other. I've never seen that before.
I think.
And another flag.
Unfortunately, those flags are only going to be like a yard because of where they are.
Greg, I don't think the Harlandale has the ball.
I don't think so. I think DJ might have stepped out of bounds and they got the ball thrown back in.
And I think it's part of the reasons the Indians went crazy. And there's an ejection on Harlandale's side. One of the Harlandale's player got in the referee's face. I had never seen such a thing.
No matter what, that on any level of athletics, that can't happen. It's okay to be passionate about it, but
at a football game, I've never seen a player do that before.
Get the refs
sorted out. They're
working it out.
Well,
there were 3 flags thrown after the deal. Looks like somebody's hat is down there as well. Somebody's shoe. Start throwing other articles of clothing. Tim, after the hat, so the flag, then the hat. What comes next after that? What if you're going to throw something else? What do you got to do there?
The only thing I can think of is a shoe.
A shoe. I don't.
Is there a protocol?
I don't know. I know the hat comes second, but what's
this say?
So, after all of that, they got their money's worth because they're only 1 or 2 yard penalties.
First and goal, though, from the 1.
DJ with the spin. And got him a bunch more yards, but also exposed that ball that the Indians ripped out. Ben Carter territory all the way here.
And the ball's loose again!
Oh.
And the Indians have it. 3 fumbles in the last few plays. And this one, they coughed it up inside the 5. And the Indians have life. They've run onto the field. They could get flagged. Their entire team basically ran onto the field.
They did. They are excited about it. They are trying to pump themselves up. They felt like they got robbed there on that last deal. They are full of emotion. This defense full of emotion, as they should be. Down 16, 9:30 left here. The Panthers drove all the way down the field, and they are literally 1 yard away on first down from going down.
Wow.
3 scores, and this defense comes up big and gets the turnover. Saucedo and his offense back out on the field.
Oh, quarterback Saucedo underthrows his receiver. He had him open. That's the kind of stuff this offense needs to get those, Greg.
That was a lackadaisical throw. Didn't really step into it. Just really kind of slung it out there slow.
Saucedo throws it out in the flat. It is caught, but not much doing there. Gets back to the line of scrimmage.
3rd and 10. Here for the Indians.
8:50 left to go on this third quarter play. Liberty Hill up 29-13. Salcedo run out of the pocket, throws it downfield, has a receiver. It's in and out of his hands. Oh, that was intended for Palomino. We've been talking about him.
Oh, great route by Palomino. Saucedo found him on the break. Esparza comes over, taps him on the head, and tries to give him some love because that ball just hit off his shoulder. Thrown a little bit behind him, but Tim, got to make that catch right there. And we've seen Palomino make harder catches than that. He hasn't seen a ball in a while. That could have been big, and if he hit him in stride, it'd have been a 97-yard touchdown pass.
Punt away, a terrible punt. It comes off the side of his foot. It's still rolling. It's only on the 16, 17-yard line. The punter even comes up limping.
The Panthers coaching staff tell him to get on it. Grab it. Go get that ball.
It was live.
You can get it and run with it if you want. Go get it. Nope, it looked like there was no Indian around as the Panther coaching staff and the players started to frenzy over that ball just rolling on the 20. Somebody go get it. In a weird set of
it's just crazy.
Downs. Here's the Panthers back on the 16-yard line.
Need to hang on to the ball. Ben Carter's going to try to hang on to it. And it's loose and it goes out of bounds. Holy cow.
Just as you said it, he was going to try to hold on to it, the ball spit out.
They have lost the ball 3 of the last 6 plays.
Well, but you look at it, Palomino with the drop, Saucedo kind of spraying the ball there, Joe Pitchford dropping it, Ben Carter dropping it, both teams being plagued by a ball that is slippery, the nuisance of the weather still hanging around. Tim Dean called it maybe one of the first comments of this ball game.
Wait, they just called a face mask, and how can it be? They got to get this squared away.
Oh, the refs there. Tim, the ref's your buddy, right?
Yes,
you know him. He's
the guy with the ball is my buddy. The guy that's holding the ball right now.
He's a friend of yours.
He's a longtime friend of mine.
And he said to not give him a hard time, but Tim, you got to tell him, man. You got to say, man, Greg's giving you a hard time, buddy.
Hand off to Ben Carter, gets to the 1. No, my good friend Curtis Morgan is on the officiating staff. I've known him for 40 years, and a mentor of mine back when I grew up in Houston.
I'm excited to find out what happened and what those players were saying to him.
No, it's not the guy that got fussed at. No, it was the guy that's standing in the end zone right now. Ben Carter.
I think that was the brotherly shove.
Brotherly shove, but it was no.
The brothers are not out there. So it's just the Panther
They're going to mark him short.
The Panther push, the Panther shove.
2nd and goal. This drizzle rain has not stopped since before kickoff. Now hand off to Ben Carter. He's in the end zone.
Finally, they give it to Carter on the 1-yard line. Been begging for it. Last 2. Please give it to BC. Let Eric Carter, he can go over the top, underneath.
Yes. I wonder how many guys there down at the Whiskey Barrel pub. How many Panther fans are down there watching the game? You think?
I don't know. Head count. Get Puckett. See what he says. If it's a
Donald Puckett.
If it's a pro Panther pub, or if the Indians have invaded and they come in, you never know.
Uh-oh. Little confusion, kicks up. It is good, but there was some confusion. I think they were short a player may have been. No, they had 11 out there on offense, but they were hollering towards the sideline, the extra point team was. But Liberty Hill extends its lead, avoiding some catastrophe there with these fumbles. Up 36-13.
They did. Ben Carter with his second touchdown, 1-yard plunge of the game. He did fumble it, and he's about as sure-handed as it gets. Carter is. And when I'm not exactly sure what the numbers are, but Tim, I can count on one hand the times that he's fumbled the ball.
Oh, it's true. This drizzle is plaguing both of these teams. The ball's slippery. Greg, when you were growing up, you ever played in the swimming pool, the grease watermelon?
Sure, yeah, absolutely. Yeah,
that is about what this is
exactly,
like.
It's exactly what it's like. When you see Palomino, you see Pitchford, Carter, Saucedo, skilled players on both sides of the ball, and the ball's spitting out and doing that kind of stuff. You know that it really is. You got to point to the similar
kickoff down to
oh my
5.
Goodness, into the wind. This Panther special teams had to make a tackle.
Right.
They had no idea. They're like, wait a minute.
They're not real big fans of Connor Hawkins when you're on the kickoff team and you want to hit somebody.
But this wind is blowing stiff in Connor Hawkins' face from this direction. So the Panthers, not only did they defer, but they got the better side of the wind. Because they're going to have the wind in the fourth quarter. And I at this point in time, I don't think they're going to need it, but you feel like Connor Hawkins could hit it easily from 60 with this wind. And I'm not exaggerating, folks. I'm not saying that because I'm a Liberty Hill fan.
No.
And I know that's a Division I kicker there with an absolute boot.
God, Saucedo just not clicking right now. Throws it behind Joseph Esparza, the intended receiver.
Good pressure by the Panthers there to get Saucedo off his spot. Just make him dance, make him move his feet a little bit. No quarterback likes pressure.
I don't think any receiver likes it, especially Pennsylvania receivers.
We love it. Motion into the backfield. They're going to fake it.
Under pressure, and he's going to, throw it away again.
Good pressure there by the Panthers, led by number 52, Caleb Nicholas. If Mr. Nicholas is listening. Credit to the front three, Manette, Morris, Vallejo. Just the three of them getting that pressure.
All game they did it again. An incomplete pass going to bring up fourth down. Pass intended to Michael Palomino.
And again, all passes, Tim, downfield, trying to get the ends, trying to get them, gone are the short little passes to Palomino. Gone are the vertical passes to Esparza. And we said it. Check the tape. We said it. We saw it at the beginning of the game, saw a bunch of plays that work really well. Hey, these plays work great. How long are we going to see them? That's it. First series. They put them in the shelf.
Oh, the punter went down on a knee to get a low snap, and it skipped, and his knee was down, and that's where he's going to get the ball.
Brutal.
Oh, man, that's at the 12.
Oh.
And Greg, out of sportsmanship, Jacob Morris went up and consoled the punter, could see that he was feeling bad. He went right up to him, put his hands on his shoulder pad, and looks like he had said some words of...
Good for Jacob Morris. That is some good sportsmanship out of young Jacob Morris there.
Hand off to Ben Carter.
Because that was just a fluke there as he tried to go down and get the ball. And the ref Your buddy was right on that call, Tim. He didn't miss it at all. That's exactly what happened. Punter goes down and takes the knee. Probably never done that in his life. And then here's a game where the ball's wet. Again, short on the snapback. The weather impacting what's happening. Another Indian running on the field late. That's definitely not good against the Panthers.
Ben Carter
makes them pay. That is not good against this Liberty Hill Panther team to have a defender running on late. You're in trouble when you got 11 over there. If you only got 10, you got another guy coming on, he doesn't know what he's doing. Carter makes him pay from 8 yards out. His third touchdown of the game, second of the half.
Connor Hawkins on to kick the extra point. Flags down. Kick is up. And it is good. Penalties against the defense. They're going to decline it. And Liberty Hill extends the lead. 43-13. 6:05 left in the third quarter of play.
A fortuitous bounce for the Panthers, culminated with the Carter touchdown run from 8. The Indians just discombobulated there on defense. Their offense not clicking. They are just shell-shocked right now. A series of unfortunate events.
That's a book, isn't it?
It is. It's the tale of this game tonight, though. It really is, Tim. Just some rough plays for these Indians. A couple bounces here or there, and this could be an absolute different ball game.
Third quarter still, 6 minutes left to go in this third quarter. Liberty up 43-13 with a comfortable lead at this point. Just a few moments ago, they were only up 2 scores. That ball gets hung up in the wind, going to be returnable from the 14 down to the 25. Indians are going to come out, start off on the 25. The Indians have not, since the first quarter grade, they just have not been able to put drives together. Salceda looks like he's out of sync now, probably like the ball. He's having grip problems on the football.
Now, you asked me before about this being, some of these seniors' last games. Now that starts to creep into your mind if you're an Indian.
Handoff, no gain on the play.
Now it starts to creep into your mind. You are in your last third quarter of football here, barring a miracle, down 30.
And it is definitely a heavy senior lineup team. Salceda gets flushed out of the pocket again and tackled for a sack. Loss of 4 or 5. Salceda slow to get up. It looked like his leg got a little weird angle, but he is up with those bright shoes of his.
Garrett Lindgren in on the sack as Salcedo tried to stretch it out. Lindgren tracking him down the line. Third and quite a few. 14.
Pass complete. There's a short pass to
Palomino. And you just wonder why they don't do that on first and second down. Again, folks, you've listened to Tim and I, and we are you know, notoriously Monday morning quarterbacks or
no, we're Friday night quarterback. We're doing it on Friday night.
We really
are.
are.
We're not waiting till Monday.
We do question why these guys are doing what they're doing, especially when we see stuff that works.
Yeah, it's not because we think they should do something they're not doing. Nice punt this time. Gets a good bounce. Down inside the 20 to the 17-yard line. The Panthers will come out and set up shop there. 3:53 left to go in this third quarter of play. Liberty Hill up 30 points, 43-13.
Joe Pitchford back in, running.
I'm a little surprised at that. It'd be nice to, you know, we may see Machaw here a little bit, and Seaborn's in the game. And off up the middle to Carter, still on his feet across the 35, down to the 37. Ben Carter has been so durable and dependable this season.
He's always been dependable. Like, he's always just been right there, up the middle. One of the best to do it in this offense.
And off the Seaborn left-hand side, he gets stood up at the 40 after a pickup of 3. Nice tackle.
Excellent tackle by Ignacio Ceja. Ceja. He's a big boy, Ceja is. Junior linebacker.
And off to Ben Carter. And gets close to another first down. Just across the 45 to the 46-yard line. It'll be 3rd and 1.
And this is just tough when you're up against these Panthers, and now this offense looks like it's clicking. You're picking up 4 on first down, 4 or 5 on second down, leaving you with 3rd and short. Just like body blows that you've been delivering all game long. They just hit a little harder in the second half.
Oh, Carter got stood up. I don't think he got the first down, and he doesn't. It's going to bring up 4th down, and it is not a first down. It's not a first down. Liberty Hill's motioning they have it, but they do not. One minute, 45 seconds left in the third quarter. Play clock
at 15. Oh, nope, they reset it. I'm not sure why.
Hand off Ben Carter right-hand side. He has the first down, gets to midfield.
Yeah.
Moving the chains. The drizzle still coming down, Greg. It
hasn't stopped. From left to right, it's just...
That's about 2.5 hours now of steady drizzle.
And it really has been to the benefit of the Panthers, even though they have put the ball on the turf several times themselves. Their rushing offense is built to withstand this weather a little bit better than a passing offense is.
Yeah. Jackson Hines on the carry. It's been a while since we've seen him carry the ball, Greg.
Homecoming king Jackson Hines.
Pickup of 8 yards for Jackson. Hand off to DJ Seaborn. He gets to the sideline.
Great
He's
cut.
Got
coming back.
Behind is coming back. Down inside the 10, but there are 2 flags. That's going to go against Liberty Hill.
No doubt it's coming back.
Yeah.
But great inside cut and back to the outside. Noah Long normally in that position something we see Noah do all the time. Fake the break inside and then hit the angle out. Seaborn. Good wheels when he gets it underneath him. Just that hold behind it. Both holds behind the play.
Yeah.
Nothing to do with the play. Didn't have to.
No.
Didn't have to do it. Didn't matter that you did.
Well, after the hold, it'll be 2nd and 12.
Again, the Panthers just content to keep rushing the ball here. Oh, they're going to get him. They're going to get him moving on the right side there. John Luke Rodriguez with the tackle.
Wow, backing them up even further.
Haven't seen too many of those penalties tonight by the Panthers. They're going to take this
Yep, into the quarter.
to the fourth quarter rather.
Yep, that's going to be the end of the third quarter. Liberty Hill leads 43-13. We're going to take a quick commercial break. You're watching the 5A Division II by-district playoffs on the NFHS Network, home of the Liberty Hill Panthers.
Yeah, so if we're going to take a commercial, do you want to do a commercial?
Oh, we can.
It's a live. We're live. You can do a commercial. Why don't you go ahead?
Okay.
I have this. I have the thing up here, so you can.
Oh, you're
yeah,
doing it.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay,
Well-
hang on. Hey. Okay, go ahead.
All right, I'm going to give a shout out to the sponsors of the Liberty Hill Booster Club, A&W Water Well Service, Leander Honda, 360 Plumbing and Gas, Mr. Gaddy's Pizza, Austin Subaru, and Classic Bank. Thank you all you guys for supporting Liberty Hill football. Here we go, back here to start the fourth quarter play. Liberty Hill back to the line of scrimmage. Pass play, Greg. Throws it downfield and overthrows Austin Fuford just Fuford a little bit, not much.
Joe Pitchford. When he transferred in, Tim, we talked about it.
Mm-hmm.
He was more of a stand-up, stand-back, prototypical quarterback. A little bit taller. You can see that he has a good form, good throw.
Yep.
That was not a bad ball at all there.
I believe Joe Pitchford has been offered at least a preferred walk-on at TCU. Inside handoff, nothing doing. The ball's loose again, and the Indians have it, Greg. Another fumble, and it was handoff to DJ Seaborn, and he is down.
Seaborn, as he got the handoff rather, immediately was met by an Indian defender.
And he is down. And Greg, Liberty Hill is up 30. Here we start in the fourth quarter of play. This is a time where you don't want to have injuries late in this game. You got the game in hand, and you're going to be making a playoff game next year. You definitely don't want anybody to get seriously hurt or hurt at all. And you're just trying to make it through this fourth quarter of play.
Absolutely. It's all about next week now.
And Seaborn's up, walking back to the sidelines, and the Panthers going out checking on him, telling him it's all right. He's coming off the field on his own power. No one's helping him off. That's a good sign, and might be the point where his night might be over. And Greg, the JV team was brought up, and some of the freshmen too for this game. I mean, I'm wondering if it was a chance that you might be able to let some of these JV kids get in the game.
I don't think so, Tim.
I don't think so either.
I think that with the purple uniform, you cannot. I think that they have to buy.
Oh, that's a touchdown pass to Joseph Esparza from Saucedo. A 41-yard touchdown pass.
Short little pass across the middle there. Saucedo.
Yep.
Finds a short one and lets his receiver do the work, and they get the TD from it. Sometimes Tim and I think we should be coaches, at least offensive coordinators. They, give us a shot.
I don't know if
give us a shot.
I don't know if I'm an offensive coordinator, Greg. I don't know about that. I know that. I wouldn't call myself that. You're homecoming king.
I think I could do it. I think I could do it. I think I could make it happen.
Yep.
I'd be calling a lot of pass plays. Let's say that.
Oh, 100% you would, You wouldn't be calling. You wouldn't be running the slot T.
Listen, I would try to find a way to get it to Ben Carter up the middle for sure.
Yeah.
And then a lot of short passes there. Give me this Harlandale offense.
Yeah. Well,
There'd be a lot of that right there. I tell you what, right now, there'd be a lot of that right there. Saucedo to Esparza to Zion to just short little passes, quick little passes, quick hitters, and then maybe a out and up, give and go, hook and ladder. I pull it all out, Tim.
You would. You'd have it all. You'd have. You'd be playing a little bit like, what was it, Boise State a few years ago?
The annexation of Puerto Rico. I'd run that
You'd
too.
run that too.
Panthers still up 23. Do you see the onsides?
Greg, that's 3 scores. You could try to. You got to give it a shot. I think as a coaching staff, you owe it to your team to let's give this thing a shot here.
It is. Here it comes. Panthers, I don't think that's the hands team. Ball's going to get a bounce.
It's going to bounce.
A good bounce.
Oh, Liberty Hill looks like they got it.
Good job by the Panthers. Good bounce, though. Good kick there from the Indians.
I think John Luke Rodriguez went up and got that one.
Yep.
We might see him in the game. Running
he was
back.
in there last time. He was there. He goes. As he comes into the game.
There he goes.
I like I was saying before, I don't think any of the freshmen or the juniors are going to be, or the freshmen or sophomores that are on the JV are going to be able to get in because they're not in the black uniform.
Greg, I want to tell you that Alistair Vallejo is in on offense right now. Right tackle.
What?
Yes.
Well, they just ran behind him for 8 yards.
If that says anything, right? We have not seen him on offense all year long, and there he is out there at right tackle.
Well, heck of an athlete. The anchor of the defensive line. When we talk about great defensive players here at Liberty Hill.
Ball's on the turf again, and the Indians have it. Wow. Greg, I don't know if I can ever remember Liberty Hill turning the ball over on fumbles this many times in a game. And they're lucky to be up 23 points and losing these fumbles.
For sure. The mistakes that the Indians made with the same kind of turnovers and fumbles earlier are the reason that they are. And now it's the Indians' turn to try to benefit from the mistakes. See if they go back to the short pass here.
We'll tell you there are some backups in the defense in the game right now.
Bang.
Complete pass of about 4 yards on first down.
But there's Palomino again. And this is exactly Tim. Moving the ball. It's forward motion. It's a step up. It's a throw.
And positive yards.
Yep. Blitz off the top. Oh, good pass there from Saucedo, just off the fingertips of his receiver as he did exactly what you're supposed to do, Tim, when the blitz is coming, right? Throw into the blitz. Zion Molina out into the flat as the blitz came from the top. Gray Hargrove.
Throws it downfield, complete. First down at the 35-yard line. It's kind of stuff that we've been talking about, is hitting up on those shots. Roger Dominguez on the catch.
Saucedo stepping up in the pocket, delivering a bullet to Dominguez. There's the pump and go. Now he has it. Down the middle, caught.
And it's caught at the 5, and it's going to be a touchdown again for the Indians. And that is Michael Palomino.
There's Palomino. They found him. Saucedo found him. He just came back to the ball, the underthrown ball.
Greg, they're going to go. Wait, they got to go for 2.
I think the book says to go for 2. Saucedo's out there.
Coach, you got to go for 2 here.
Coach knows. Look.
Now he goes. He's got to go to the book.
Is he going to call timeout?
He did, because the extra point team went out there to kick it, Greg, and he needs to go for 2. So now you start to see the offense coming back on the field.
But why the
because he didn't have the right personnel on the field.
That's terrible.
He did not have the book open.
That book should have been called, hey, look, guys, we're down 23.
Yes.
Well, you can kick
it here.
there.
That's fair. But even if that's fair. But even if you miss the 2-point here, you could still do 2 more touchdowns than the 2-pointers, right? Is my math right?
Yep.
So why not do it here when you can afford not to get it? Greg, this game right now just all of a sudden got to be not over. It's
you should absolutely go for 2 here, no doubt. And I'm trying to find Palomino or Rodriguez or Saucedo. Try to find that short pass. Roll them out and see if you can find a receiver.
Pressure's on. They throw it. It's complete. And they're going to stop him short. Great tackle by Kendrick Hicks.
Hicks with the tackle, open field tackle.
Yeah.
Saucedo found him.
Good defensive play by the Panther defense right there to keep them from converting the 2-point. But it's 43-26 with 9 minutes and 52 seconds left. A lot of time left. You know the onside kick's coming again. And it actually wasn't a bad onside kick last time.
What's weird about it, though, Tim?
What's that, Greg?
Is it's a 17-point lead now. So if you were to kick it, it would have been a 16-point lead.
Right.
So why not kick it and get it to 2 scores? It's 3 scores now.
I don't know.
I think the book said to get it to 2 scores. I think that's a mistake. I think you should have kicked it there and got this team within 2 scores. Here comes the onsides, or they're going to go the other way.
It's loose. Oh, the Panthers got it. Wow, that was almost recovered by the Indians. Panthers have the ball. So, Greg, we talk about the officiating crew, however, got a buddy on it, but they come in when the playoffs, they get officials from chapters that are not, and off up the middle, gain of 2, that are not from the area of either one of the teams. So, like a neutral officiating crew. A lot of people don't know that. But
why do they do that?
Well, obviously, you want a neutral crew that's never called any of these teams' games. I mean, this team drove in from Houston to call this game. They get paid pretty well to drive in from Houston, get mileage and and on top of their feet.
Why don't we go to Houston, and why don't they call us to do games somewhere else?
You and I are not officials.
Oh,
Makes
well,
sense?
I guess not. Yeah.
Yeah. We're broadcast guys. Why are the bleachers moving?
The crowd's getting rowdy.
No, it's not.
Oh, that might be the wind.
No, that's the student section causing down by the track to cause us to be shaking up in here.
Some good school spirit.
It is. It's definitely not the guys down at the Whiskey Barrel.
They might be rowdy down there at the barrel.
You think it gets rowdy down at the barrel?
I think so. They might be rowdy right now.
Hand off. Right side. That is Kyle May on the carry.
4th and 4.
There, go for it. Keep running clock. 8 minutes left. But Greg, if they don't get this, then the Indians get it back.
Indians get it back. They're still down 3 scores.
You're right. I guess I did the math wrong. They should have kicked it.
They absolutely should have kicked it to get it back to 16.
There's movement. Pitch out.
Good tackle.
But they're going to decline it. There's no.
Whatever is happening, it's declined and it's Indian ball. Not they stopped them.
Yeah.
They got them in the false start. It's not offsides.
Indians get the ball back. 7:36. And a lot, though, the backup defensive line is back out in the game. Not seeing Vallejo out there.
Some good experience here. Coach spreading it around. You get some really good reps here against a motivated team. Another defender running on late. Always bad news. And my goodness, I don't know if people are tuning into the game or maybe the coaches from the Indians are tuning into the game and they said, guys, they're saying to throw the short pass. It's working.
Yeah.
And there it is again. Up top, quick hitter from Saucedo.
Pick up a 7. Because they're, now they're setting up that formation on this side. All loaded up. Run it on the right side and no gain.
They just haven't been able to run the ball against the first team or the second team defense.
Absolutely not.
Sammy Knox in on the tackle there. Middle linebacker for the Panthers. One of the team leaders here on defense.
Another handoff, Greg. That's perplexing. I mean, you're not out of this game. Now it's 4th down. Greg, they listened to you. They had you on the horn, and all of a sudden,
I would not have called those 2 run plays.
Never.
That's for sure. Maybe 1 to catch them unawares, but not 2.
4th
They
down
get
and
the
3.
player off. Saucedo gets the snap. Quick pass. Got it. First down.
Yep, first down. No, they got it.
Palomino, great catch. Saucedo, no question about it.
Why don't, the Liberty Hill offense is coming
They did,
on
but
the
it's
field.
no question.
No question.
I mean, no
Yeah.
question about it.
Yeah. It was the right call.
Yep. And a good play call. Again, something that the Panthers just have not been able to stop. Step, out, bang,
Complete.
out. Somebody figured it out. Somebody said, hey, guess what, guys? We can throw these outs and hitches all day. They can't stop it. Let's keep doing that.
You think Coach's wife's listening to us? And
I don't know. They called him. They were like,
yes. Hey, the guys up in the booth calling the game are saying this.
So these guys have been watching Liberty Hill all season.
Yes.
But you have an athlete like Saucedo, and you have dynamic receivers all over the place. 5 of them on the field at any one time, plus Zion, the running back.
Saucedo is a really good quarterback. Now he's going to go long, and he's got to receive. Oh, just overthrew him a little bit.
That same route that he keeps sailing just a little bit. He had Palomino. Good coverage by Hicks.
Third down and 1, and now they need to get this first down to keep this drive going, Greg. They need to, but running, I don't know if that's going to be an option here to pick. Oh, they got him off sides.
And now you just throw it in.
Oh, there was contact, so they had to blow the whistle. So
he was unabated.
Unabated
To the quarterback. Is that a real word? Can you use it anywhere else?
Yes.
Where? What other line of work or what other?
All right, listen. Here it is. Jack Spina was so hungry that he made it unabated to McDonald's.
I don't think anybody's ever said that. Saucedo, pressure from Carson Holland. Try to throw it across the middle there. They don't huddle. They just get all the hand signals from the coaches.
Yeah.
All game long, they haven't been in the huddle.
Oh, he rushed that one, Greg.
He did.
He rushed that one. He had another second. He rushed that pass and misconnected to Palomino. I know he wishes he had that one back. Greg, he's under pressure all night long, and you think that that's contributing to him trying to get rid of it just a little bit faster.
They motion Zion in for some protection.
Send
him out in the pattern.
Overthrows his receiver in the end zone, and it's 4th down for the Indians.
Have to go for it here, obviously.
Sure.
Down 3 scores. Still a little mind-boggling to me. The Panther faithful that have made it out to the game. Oh, the timeout's a killer there. But it shows that both teams, Tim, have 3 timeouts. But we know for a fact that Harlandale took a timeout on that extra point.
They did.
But it still shows 3 on the board. I don't know who took this one. It was the visitors, and now they're down to 2, but it should say 1.
I agree with you. They took a timeout on the extra point. We talked about that.
To kick the extra, they should have kicked the extra point, and they'd be down 16 now.
Yeah. This is not one of those game shows where you could buy a vowel. I'm gonna buy a timeout.
I don't. They got one, and
they got a free
some
timeout.
Home cooking.
Well,
they didn't get the.
Can you imagine if this game was real close? How big that would be? That there was a mistake by my friend on the field.
Oh, now you got down to 1 timeout.
Oh, they fixed it.
They did. Someone somewhere. They're listening again. They're listening.
Right. They're listening to this next door. The refs usually have that, and so the refs probably got that corrected.
Oh, man. Your buddy. You take him down to the whiskey barrel, and tell him, man, you got some splaining to do.
4th down for the Indians. Sauceda has some time. Runs out, looks, throws it across, and overthrows his receiver. Oh, actually almost had a guy behind him, and it's incomplete.
He did, Camarena.
He did.
Camarena had put his hands up in the universal, I didn't touch him. I didn't hit him, ref.
And it turns over on downs back to the Panthers.
And that'll just about do it now.
Yeah, it's 5 minutes, but...
Yeah, it is. You never know, but, folks, that valiant effort there by the Indians. One of their best drives.
Inside handoff. That is John Luke Rodriguez picking up 10 yards.
Good run by Rodriguez. You heard Tim say we might see a little Rodriguez.
Rodriguez is back there. Jackson Hines is in the game. Kyle May is also in there at running back. But Joe Pitchford still at quarterback. Hoping that his brother is okay. Hand off to Kyle May. No gain on the play.
Good tackle there again by Ignacio Ceja.
I do see good news. Jack Pitchford's still in helmets on. He's up in standing around on the sideline.
Tim, I think you were right in your diagnosis. We don't like to talk about players' injuries, but a cramp. Not necessarily a huge injury, but hopefully that's all it was. And the fact that he is in uniform, kind of indicates.
And off to Rodriguez. Again, no gain on this play as well. Hand it off up the middle. Brings up 3rd and a long 9.
Saucedo over there probably chomping at the bit to get one more chance to come out.
Third down. Pass play by Pitchford. Throws it up in the air, and he's overthrew his receiver. Probably a good thing. The coverage was really good. Pass intended for Bryce Machaw.
Yeah, really, in that situation, Rene Cantu Jr., he was all over the receiver. Never did you expect a pass in that situation. I'm a huge fan of it, of course.
4th down. Connor Hawkins on to punt. Snaps back.
Good snap.
Kick is away.
Good punt.
Going to be down about the 43-yard line of Harlandale. And 2 minutes, 48 seconds left in this game. Liberty Hill leads 43-26.
But again, just to drive the point home one more time, 27-43. You're down 16. Now you get a score here in a minute or so. A couple big passes, you get that too. But now you're down 8.
Fair.
Onside kick. Like, you're right in this game.
That's fair. You're right. That's the difference right now from it being a nail biter.
Receivers everywhere for Saucedo.
Nice little throw and catch.
Long throw. But a one-on-one pattern. Tim, they rolled 4 down here to the side and left Palomino up there on the island. Or no, that wasn't Palomino. That's is actually
Dominguez.
That's Dominguez.
2nd and 2.
Tipped at the line of scrimmage.
Incomplete pass, hit the turf.
Looked like that was number 54, Parker Langwell Jr. I think he got a paw on it, Tim. Defensive lineman, right? That's something they should do, those passes across the middle.
I wouldn't know, Greg. I played offense. Offense.
I'm not mad at that. I'm not mad at that. Designed run. They're going to pick up the first down with it. Again, it happened so quick.
Yep. 2.5 minutes left to go in the game. Liberty Hill's going to win this game, but they're going to be on a date to play Mission Pioneer next week at a location to be named. Throw up in the air. Over.
Going to get a flag.
There is a flag, and that's going to be interference.
Absolutely.
Back
maybe holding, or maybe it's, I don't know if it's interference. Kind of threw it before the ball came, so might just be illegal contact. Yep, holding. So I'll just get 10. But again, ISO, good throw there by Saucedo. I don't know. I just have him throwing every play. Exactly. Just maybe a screen here and there. But Saucedo's arm being an ice bag at the end of this game is up to me. I just have him slinging it all over the field. See if he can find another short one here. 5 receivers in the pattern.
Oh, he's under heavy pressure. Throws it up, just throwing it away.
He's out of the pocket.
The ball boy catches the ball.
Maybe there wasn't anybody there, and they're going to get him for intentional grounding.
He was out of the pocket.
He was way
There's
out of the
no
pocket.
flag, Greg. Oh, they are.
Oh yeah, I see the flag. I don't know if it's on Knox or not.
Yep, they're going to wave that off
because it is out. He is outside the tackle box. Tim Dean, Johnny on the spot.
Well, Greg, I have called a few of these games.
Heads up by Saucedo, too. ISO down here. They've been going to it.
He's going to... Oh, wow. That pitching.
That was a good little play there. Fake run by Saucedo as he comes up. He doesn't cross the line of scrimmage. Finds his receiver.
Picks up a first down inside the 20 now. Now we're under 2 minutes left to play. Handoff. This is Molina on the carry. He picks up what may be their longest running back run of the game.
Right. We know Saucedo has the longest rush of the game for the Indians, but I think you might be right. Oh,
threw it behind him. He's got little happy feet, Greg. I just feel like he's just
Esparza. And that's definitely due to the pressure that this Liberty Hill defense has been putting on him. The second team Liberty Hill defense, valuable snaps here against a seasoned, senior-laden team. And Coach Walker dialing up his backups to get some really good reps. And they are delivering.
Good stop by the defense. Brings up 4th down. Timeout for Harlandale.
Their final timeout. Final timeout of the year for
that's true.
The Indians, unless we go to overtime. I think they get 2 if you go to overtime.
Oh, well, that's possible.
You're down 17, so if you make the touchdown, right? Now what do you do if you make the touchdown, Tim?
You kick the onside again.
No. I mean, do you go for 2 or do you kick the extra point? You're down 17. You kick the extra point, so you're down 10.
That's right. To have
What?
keep playing.
You're still down 2 scores.
Did they have the wrong book? Because I had the wrong book. I had the wrong book, and I think you did too initially.
I'm telling you, but once we did the math,
Right.
they were right initially.
But there's supposed to be a book to tell you that.
There is, for sure. The offensive coordinator should be holding that book, said book.
If there's not a book, maybe we should write a book and make it on the bestseller list.
It would just be scores, and you just, whether you go for
Big
2
numbers
or kick it.
all the way through the book. How many pages would that book be? Go. 4th down. Oh, in and out of the hands of the receiver. Saucedo threw a good ball there.
Great ball by Saucedo. He had Palomino in the back of the end zone, and it just went through his hands.
Man, he threw a good ball right there.
Saucedo, a senior, that was possibly his last pass of his career. And I tell you what, it was on the money, so take some solace in that, young man. You put it right on the button on 4th down. Palomino, a junior, he'll be able to come back and exercise that demon, but you tip your cap to Saucedo. He's been under heavy pressure all night. Some questionable play calling through the middle of this game. And now these Panthers in the best formation in football, Tim, on Jerry Vance Field. Victory formation. Take a knee. Take the win. And move on to the second round of the playoffs.
That second round will be against Mission Pioneer next week, probably Friday night. That's what and I believe, based on history, in San Antonio.
The Alamo Dome?
No, not going to be the Alamo Dome.
Maybe.
No, it's not.
Could be.
It won't.
You're probably right.
I know I'm right, Greg. You just wait till tomorrow when you see it, and I'll text you.
You'll text me and let me
will.
know where it is.
Yep.
I can only hope it's the Alamo Dome.
Well, that's going to do it, folks. Liberty Hill's going to win this game 43-26 and move on to the second round. Live another day. This is their last game here at home. And that's going to wrap it up and go into next week. Greg, the thing I think to take away from tonight is that, listen, I know the conditions weren't great, but still you got to work on the ball control.
Yep. Oh, such a huge factor of this offense being efficient and running at full speed is ball control, and can't really do much if you're not controlling the ball. But let's flip side, Tim, and say, what a great job by this defense. This young defense under fire. They're a little more seasoned now. They've been getting a lot of reps this season. This is a good team. This is a good Harlandale Indian football team with a good quarterback, good receivers. This team was under pressure all night, but they delivered a lot of bend and not break. So you tip your cap to the defense, and they're going to be under fire for the rest of the playoffs. So good start there, and try to clean it up on offense.
Well, they're advancing to the next round, and I think you, myself, and Jack Spina will be there next week.
Absolutely.
We will be there, and wherever the game is, we will be there. So I want to thank everybody for listening. I want to thank Donald Puckett and his crew down at the Barrel, down in downtown Liberty Hill. Go see him down there at the Whiskey Barrel and tell him that Greg and Tim sent you down there, and tell him that the first drink is on Donald Puckett. How about that?
Bingo.
But you got to buy about 5 more after that. So, thank you guys for tuning in and listening to us. And Donald Puckett, we have you tuned in again next week, and maybe we'll give you another shout out next week for being a loyal listener for all the Liberty Hill football games.
Big shout out to Coach Les Clary for keeping us on the air,
yeah.
keeping us on the stuff, making sure I'm doing the score and the quarters and everything.
Yep.
Great job, Coach.
Well,
we appreciate you.
Thank you all for listening. Liberty Hill wins 43-26, moving on to the second round. You've been watching the 5A Division II by District playoff games on NFHS Network. See ya.